at Tough Enough. And Trent Lee coming in 1-2, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Edmond, Oklahoma. 31 years old, 6'1". When asked to list his weight, he said, super heavy.
Well, listen, I mean, you heard the crowd go crazy as soon as it was announced that this was in the super heavyweight division. I mean, listen, I'm as big a fan as there is of the flyweight division. You know, I think when you get these small martial artists, that the technique, the things that they can do, the stamina that they have, it's incredible, right? But come on, man, there's something just primal about this. Just get two of the biggest dudes you can find and tell them to just start throwing down.
He's been training in mixed martial arts since 2009, so been a big fan. His last fight coming off a loss, but got a couple fights under his belt. And like you said, John, you know, you get guys this big, biggest guys in the room, getting down, throwing it down here in the ring. It's going to be exciting. There he is, Trent Lee, inside the Tough Enough cage. Let's meet his opponent.
And now making his way to the red corner, Ryan Gilbert.
Ryan Bubba Gilbert, 6'5", 23 years old, 348 pounds. This is a big guy out of Hastings, Michigan. He's a freestyle fighter. He is an independent fighter. Got a little bit more experience under his belt, 6 total fights. One of those going his way. I like that he made his own shirt, too. I don't know if you saw that coming out, but there is something special when you make your own shirt with your face on it. I love it.
And I'm telling you right now, I mean, we already said how amazing super heavyweight fights can be, right? How do you make a super heavyweight fight better? You make sure one of the guys is named Bubba. That's it. That's a recipe for success.
One of the things I love about this sport is sometimes guys will fight and then they'll actually develop a friendship. What's interesting about Bubba is he's actually returned up to the Cedar City area for his camp in preparation for this fight. Well, his last fight was against the head of Empire MMA, Steve Earle. He lost that fight and then contacted Steve and has done his camp with that crew. So a friendship is born through the battle.
I love it. You know, there's, you know, the world of mixed martial arts is a beautiful thing, and it just fits all spectrums, too.
It does, and I'll tell you what, even though we talk about the evolution and the growth of it, this feels like a throwback right here.
That's
and
right.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that either.
I like it. It's a classic. They're classics for a reason.
Steve said one of the things they wanted with Ryan is even though he's a super heavy, they wanted to give him a gas tank, so let's see how successful they were.
All right, there he is, Ryan Gilbert. Let's get this fight official. Let's go to our ring announcer, Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 two-minute rounds in the Tough Enough Super Heavyweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record, 1 victory, 2 defeats, fighting independently out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Trent Lee. His opponent stands across the cage in the red corner, holding an amateur record, 1 victory, 5 defeats, fighting independently out of Hastings, Michigan, Ryan Bubba Gilbert. Your referee in charge of the action inside the cage is Joe Sullivan.
3 two-minute rounds. We've got Lee in the black trunks with blue gloves, and we've got Gilbert in the black trunks with red gloves. Almost 700 pounds combined in that ring between these two fighters. 3 two-minute rounds. Here we go.
Joe Sullivan looks so small in there.
And Joe Sullivan is not a little guy. Gilbert throwing some big haymakers. I hope that cage is going to hold.
They pressed it back there as they slammed into the fence, no question about it.
Right in front of our judges and timekeepers right there. I mean, that is a lot of weight. I don't know if we've ever seen that much weight up against the Tough Enough cage. But Lee is trying to remain active and be very, very...
Yeah, he really is. He's pressing in right now, controlling with the left and punching with the right.
If Ryan wants to get out of this spot, he's got to stop reaching around the head with the right arm and hit a whizzer, start to turn himself off the cage, guys.
It's kind of a natural reaction to try to hold the head, but it's really not doing you any good at all.
Joe Sullivan watching closely here. May break him up and may get this fight restarted away from the cage if the action does not pick up.
I'd like to see Trent go down and grab that near side leg, maybe run a single or pull the legs out from under. Ryan may not be able to get back up against that cage.
I would agree. That's great advice. He's a little bit off balance as he's leaning against the fence right there. I think if he would change levels, Lee could get this fight to the ground pretty easy.
And if you can't see from your angle, which you can't right now, Gilbert's shorts are getting dangerously low. We may have to see the fight stop for a wardrobe fix, but Lee's throwing some big shots right there.
Yeah.
Great job of taking advantage of space and striking, guys.
Oh, no, not a foot stomp. Not a foot stomp in a super heavyweight fight.
That's just not right.
That's just mean. That is just mean from Gilbert.
Kudos to the truck for keeping the camera angles G-rated right now. I got to say, great production work.
I like the pressure that Lee's put on him, though.
Oh, yeah. Big shots here.
We're going to see a round number 2. Just a few seconds left. We're seeing some grimacing there on Gilbert's face. Some blood coming from the nose as well. First round in the books between these two super heavyweights. That was pretty fun, guys.
It was fun, and you can see Joe Sullivan staying in the corner right now of Ryan Gilbert. He's got that blood. He said he continues to grimace. So we watched some of the replays here.
And Lee, just from the get-go, just bum-rushed him. And we're seeing those, I mean, these are big, strong, powerful shots that we're seeing from these two guys. But once you get up against the cage like this and you just, you know, it wasn't anything massive after that first exchange, but Lee just stayed consistent, peppering him away. And as you see, the blood right there, the grimace from the face of Ryan Gilbert.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on here in the corner. I'm kind of curious to see. It looks like he wants to continue, but, you know, if there's a nose break or something along, this is not a professional fight.
Yeah, Joe Sullivan's watching very closely. He's not going to let this continue if one of the fighters is in danger. He's deemed them both to be okay. The cage doors are now closed. 2 more minutes. Here's the start of the second round.
Lee, same thing. Just wants to press it against the cage. Oh, yeah. There he goes. Got him off balance pretty early. This is going to be it. Yeah. No question about it.
Joe Sullivan calls it. Trent Lee improves his record to 2-2. Made quick work of Ryan Gilbert there in the second round.
He made the adjustment. You know, we said it. Look, hey, hold him against the fence made sense, but he's very off balance. You could probably drag him down if you wanted. Got focused on that time, got him there, finished the fight quickly.
And we see Ryan Gilbert very disappointed in the result of this fight.
One thing Trent does very, very well is use that size to his advantage. Lots of pressure into the cage. As soon as Ryan slipped to the ground, Trent brought his hips in, got heavy, cemented the position.
Yeah, and that's a good stoppage there by Joe Sullivan, not letting Gilbert take any more damage than he needed to. You know, this was, we could already see the pain that Gilbert was in.
Yeah, no question.
But when you're fighting with guys who are, 350 pounds, you gotta be careful. Each one of those. Trent Lee, I like it, 2-2. Hopefully we see him again here in the Tough Enough Fighting Championships. But that was a fun couple of minutes. Let's make this official and go to our ring announcer, Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 11 seconds into round number 2, referee Joe Sullivan calls a stop to the fight for your winner by TKO, Trent Lee.
There is Trent Lee, 2-2. We love the super heavyweights here in Tough Enough. You're going to get a little bit of it all, and we've got more action headed your way. Part of the future stars of MMA. This is Tough Enough. Don't go anywhere.
Tough Enough is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
It's not the size of the wreck that matters, it's the size of the check.
In a wreck and need a check? Well, Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-150.